To begin this cut, I'm going to set in the guideline from the bottom of the vertical bar to the top of the ear. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear the area out and bald it out. He's dealing with the pushback in the front, but we'll get to that when we get to the lineup. I just want to let you know that this is actually a first time client. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my 1.5 guard and I'm coming up off the curls, and then I'm just giving myself a nice surface area to fade into. Now I have my lever open and I'm going up like 1/2 inch to set in my first guideline, and I'm gonna go over it multiple times to make sure all the hairs are the same length. Then I'm gonna close my lever halfway and go halfway up that guideline. And on the same thing, I'm gonna do that, make sure all the hairs are the same length. Then I'm gonna close the lever a little bit more, tap that bottom line to soften it up, then close it all the way, tap the bottom line to take it out completely. And me personally, I believe that from open to close is the most important part of the fade, because it's going to play a big factor in determining how clean and even of a fade that you can give. While I'm here, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and be efficient with my time as a barber and fade his beard in. But make sure that you have clean guidelines the whole time, from the bald line to your guidelines. Make sure that they're clean. It's very important. We're going to be using the clipper over comb method in this video. So I'm going to start with my lever open on the big side of my comb just to see how the hair reacts. I can see that it's fading into it pretty good and it's not taking the fade up too high. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit this first little section. Then I'm gonna close my lever and come down on the fade. And y'all can see it's already pulling this fade together that quick. That's why I love this method so much. On the right hair texture, it's just so much faster than swapping out guards. Now I'm pretty much just going to be doing a lot of detail work, and by detail work I mean lever play, so open and closing my lever or my blade when need be, and corner work using the last couple of teeth of my blade or the corner of my blade to pinpoint dark spots, bring them to the light, and make the fade as smooth as possible. You can see I went with the grain right here just to soften that area up, with the fade pretty smooth already. I'm going to come back and do some detail work after I put in a lineup. Y'all, for the back I pretty much like to set my lineup or my guideline, ball line straight across, and then we're going to be doing the same steps. So I have my 1.5 guard, then I'm going to go in, and do the same steps, but instead of talking over this, I'm just going to explain clipper over comb in more detail than I can. So with clipper over comb, y'all, using the big side of your comb with your lever all the way open is like using a 1.5 guard. If you close your lever with the big side of the comb, it's like using a 1 guard. If you flip your comb to the little side and you have your lever open, it's like using a 1 guard. And if you have the little side of your comb and you close your lever, it's like using a 0 guard. So hopefully that makes sense. With that being said, y'all, make sure that you pay attention to what side of the comb I'm using and where my lever is to be able to understand clipper over comb more. And if you feel comfortable, try it and let me know what y'all think about it. But back to like fading process, y'all. When it comes to the fade in a certain thing like this, you got to think, I'm on a schedule. I have 45-minute appointments. I'm trying to take a video for YouTube, and it's just a lot to record, give the best haircut, and still stay on time. That's why when it comes to the fade, like doing this fade right here, it's like I'm gonna put it in and I'm gonna get it pretty clean, but I'm just gonna get it in there as fast and quick as I can. I'm gonna do the lineup, make sure the lineup's crispy with no pushbacks, and then after I do the lineup, then I can come in and do some detail work just to make sure that I stay on time, y'all. Just think about that. Even not recording, just think if you're a barber and you're fully booked and you just want to stay on schedule and you do 45-minute appointments, put the fade in, get it pretty neat, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Put the lineup in, because that's the most important part of the cut anyway, in a lot of people's opinions. Then go ahead and do some detail work, and I bet you stay on time. You already know what I like to get into on this side, so let's go ahead and get into the message, y'all. My message for today comes from Faith to Facts. This is one of my favorite little segments. If y'all never heard of it, you should go check it out. But it's called You Put It On. A lot of people are waiting on God to do something, but God is waiting on them to do something. Ephesians 6:11-18. It's your job to put it on. It's your job to put on the form of God. It's our job as believers to put on the form of God each and every day. It's our job to enter into his rest. Hebrews 4:10-11. Rest don't enter into you. You have to enter into it. Put on the whole armor of God. Deuteronomy 8:18. Romans 10:9 and 10. If you want to be saved, then you gotta do Romans 10:9 and 10. Confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord, know and believe in your heart God raised him from the dead. Get more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the whole armor of God and how important it is. Don't be a baby believer. Grow into the fullness of the stature of Christ. James 2:26. Faith is super important, but so is work. Have faith in the work God has called you to do. Matthew 8:17. Deuteronomy 28:3 and 6. Make up your mind today is a good day and focus on things above, not on things on the earth. Y'all, we living in spiritual warfare and it's a spiritual battle with every single thing. So make sure that you put on the full armor of God because it helps not some of the time, but all the time. And I guess just to wrap the message up, y'all, the message is do your part. God's part's already done. You know what he's put on your heart to do. Make sure that you do your part. You just see my lineup preparation, so I went ahead and hit him with some holding spray. Now I'm blow drying it to make sure it's nice and clean. Hey y'all, I am not sponsored by them or nothing, but these are the Cocos. This is the first video they're appearing in on my YouTube channel. And man, I can't even tell y'all how much I love these trimmers, bro. I don't really care like all that much for the shape and feel of them, but the blade, like the shape and feel of them is kind of like, you know, it's kind of average for me, but bro, I'm talking about the blade and like being able to cut with precision and like just tap and goers, but at the same time not cutting anyone, not even really making anyone irritated on their skin. Bro, I've never had a trimmer like this as far as when it comes to that, because all my other stuff, like, it be sharp and I can't use it on like everybody. These I can literally use on everybody, and they haven't really even irritated nobody's skin, let alone nicked them or anything like that. But you can see, man, for my ear lineup, y'all, I like to tap in that slant. Once it gets to around the top of the ear, I'm gonna start to use the last couple teeth of my blade or corner of my blade to finish making that arch shape around the ear, making sure that I keep it nice and clean but also as natural as possible. Go ahead and wipe forward all the hairs. Then I'm gonna go over it one more time just to make sure that the lineup's solidified. Make sure that your lineup's solidified. By that I mean do the lineup, comb it through, brush it down, whatever you gotta do, and then hit any overhanging hairs so that there aren't any, so the lineup lasts longer for the client. This is gonna make you better as a barber just as far as details, and it's gonna set you apart, and it's gonna know that you're, you know, taking care of your clients properly. I'm gonna go ahead and tap the back of the beard in. For the front lineup, y'all, I like to start in the middle, work my way to the side. Y'all can see, I don't even have to say nothing. Y'all can just see what these trimmers are doing, man. So once I get to the side, I tap in the vertical bar. Then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, matching them up, making sure that they're even. Y'all can see, man, he was dealing with pushback, so the lineup's not gonna be super sharp as far as like, it's gonna be super sharp, it's not gonna be super dark right there, right, because it was pushed back. But you know, I'm gonna still get them right. I'm gonna tap this mustache in. I like to do the top first and then do above the lip, and when I do above the lip, I like to take it, I don't want to take it too far above the lip, because I feel like if you cut too far above the lip, it looks crazy. For the razor lineup, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stretch the skin, hold my angle at a 45 degree, hold my razor at a 45 degree angle, and I'm gonna keep this lineup as high as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's dealing with pushback. I guess not even, kind of everywhere almost, now that I'm looking and thinking about it. But see how the lineup's in there. He said that he liked it, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go over it one more time and make sure that, you know, this one is the finished product of the line. And you can see the lineup's clean already. So anyone talking crazy, talking about, well, when an ass line come off, it's not gonna be clean, stop it, because you just seen it. You seen it off of one pass through. Imagine what it looked like off of two pass throughs. Now I'm gonna go ahead and match this side up with the other side. Make sure that you're letting the razor do the work and don't be pressing too hard on the client's skin. Just let the razor glide and do the work. I mean, it's a razor. It's super sharp. You don't got to do too much. You can see this lineup clean already, but let me go ahead and do this. Hey y'all, the thing about this is, if this client keeps coming to me and I line him up in the proper place he's supposed to be lined up, all this all these places that are light right now, the hair is gonna grow in and grow longer, and it's gonna become thicker, which means it's gonna get darker, which means it's gonna look even better. Imagine that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and with the enhancements. I think it looked clean without enhancements. Honestly, I kind of wish I wouldn't have put any enhancements on, just because it's hard when somebody gets pushed back and you have to fix it, but then to come in with the enhancements on top of the fix, it's like it kind of makes the enhancements in the pushback areas look a little like too much, in my opinion. And it's like, man, I don't know. But I went ahead and I did it anyway. So I'm using Kiss Express with my Sean Cassare collar enhancement card. Shout out to Sean Cassare. Maybe 245, give me a little discount thing I can get for y'all, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to work with a lot of companies in that regard as far as getting discounts code for my, the late phase community. Just to show y'all love even as much as I can, even more. Now make sure that when you do put enhancements in, if you use them, make sure that you line the fibers up and the enhancements up in the line that you've already created. Like, don't push the enhancements back to try to get a clean lineup. Just keep it in the one you already created and it'll be clean. Random question, y'all. Do you like the white backdrop better, or would you rather see the shop? Shout out to my guy for coming to me though. I appreciate everybody who comes into my chair, man. It's really a blessing. For just someone to, as a barber, think about this week when somebody comes to sit in your chair, instead of being like complaining like, oh man, I don't like this person's hair, how it cuts, I don't, whatever. Just think of how much a blessing it is for somebody to choose out of all these barbers in your city, wherever you're at, to come sit in your chair and then do everything you can to make their experience as good as possible. For the neck lineup, y'all, up under the chin, he did, I don't think he really said where he wanted it, so I just put it where I feel like fits his face the best, and I feel like what I went with is a good look. So this is the cut, y'all. If y'all came to my channel because you like watching barber videos, I hope this video satisfies you. If you came to learn something, I hope you take something from my game, apply it to yours, and advance in your career and your craft and your life. And if you came for the message, I hope that it reached you and touched your heart, your soul, your mind, and your body. Let me know what y'all think about this cut in the comment section. I think it turned out super clean, super fresh. The fade clean, the lineup crispy. Let me know what y'all think about this cut in the comment section. I'm humble at Jesus' feet. Without Jesus, I'm nothing but a filthy rag outside of God, and I can't do anything. With Jesus, I am the righteousness of God, and I can do all things. All the power, glory, honor, and praise be God. Thank you guys for tuning into the Late Show. I hope to see you back on the next video, and God bless.